What kind of data do you track in your startup? I mean, we're all making all of these decisions of all of these data. But did you know that there's actually one data point that really can make a difference in your company? Especially for you, the 4 steps that lead to your North Star metric. Let's jump straight into it. Hey guys, my name is Sven Milder and I'm the founder of The Startup Chef. And in today's episode, I would like to talk with you about data, right? In our startup, we are tracking all kinds of data. And why do we do that? In order to not make stupid decisions, right? I mean, if we just follow our guts and our insights, the chance that we land up in the wrong direction is quite big, right? Now, rather than tracking all of these different kind of data points, there is this metric, what we call the North Star metric, that can really help your team align way better around that core goal that you're having. Now, talking about the North Star metric, it's not only wise because you will spend your cash better, no, it's also better to align your team. But more important is, if you're in an investor introduction or in an investor date in this case, and the investor will ask you, what is your North Star metric? You should know. Step number 1, what is the North Star metric? Well, of course, it's that big shining star up to the universe that brights everything else. That's a beautiful analogy to see what is actually the North Star metric, or the metric that matters the most, which is the other common way of saying it, that really drives your business forward. If you decide on the metric that matters the most to your business, you will find out that your business is truly able to have a very clear direction and propel itself to success. Step number 2. The examples of the North Star metric. I can imagine you think like, hey, what is this North Star metric all about? Now, what is better than give you a few examples so we're exactly landing on the same page, and therefore becomes easier to decide on this metric yourself. So number 1, Airbnb, the big company that sells unused space from people's living rooms. Their North Star metric is nights booked. Our social media platform, Facebook, their North Star metric is daily active users. Spotify, where we all listen to our music to, it's their North Star metric, time spent listening. Amazon, where everybody wants to buy their groceries and goodies and stuff, it's their North Star metric, the number of purchases per month. Think about ride-sharing app Uber, it's their rides per week. Think about Slack, it's their daily active users. Now, what's the overlap really between all of these 5 famous examples that I'm giving you? The overlap is that all of these North Star metrics are always about sustainability. It always is a metric that delivers a certain value and therefore also continuously revenue for those companies inside of the future. Now let's jump in another example where, for example, Facebook and MySpace. MySpace was one of the first social media networks, but MySpace didn't succeed. Now, there will be many reasons why they didn't succeed, but if we compare their North Star metrics, for MySpaces, it was daily registered users. For Facebook, the North Star metric was daily active users. Do you see the difference? Daily registered users and daily active users. The daily active users is all about sustainability, entertaining your visitors, while the daily registered users could be just simply achieved by throwing some marketing money into whatever kind of online advertising and driving those registrations up. But it doesn't mean that you're delivering value. It doesn't mean that you automatically get more revenue. So the key in every North Star metric is that it's a metric that leads to sustainability. So step number 3, why is that North Star metric so important? As we have discussed, it's all about sustainability. You as a founder are in the business to drive value for your users or your customers and to create sustainability in order to attract revenue and pay all of your cost, right? So the reason that we have one metric that matters the most aligns all of our activities and all of our teams on the same page. Now, imagine an example where there's a pilot sitting in their plane and they have these intelligent devices to set their course through their GPS. If they set their course slightly a few degrees to the right and they start their journey, after 18 hours of flight, it's very likely that these guys are landing up in a completely strange direction they have never envisioned. The point I want to make here is that if you decide on your North Star metric, the destination where all of your efforts are pointing to, you better be right with it. But on the other hand, it makes running a business way more easier. You can actually skip a lot of these other data metrics because focusing on the one metric that matters makes it for everybody very easy to align. So to really let you get the concept, I would just like to simplify what is a business, right? Because what is a business aligns very well with your North Star metric. A business is all about people having a problem. You offer ways to solve that problem. Their customers are valuing that. They're willing to pay you a price for that value. And the difference between the value you deliver, the monetary value you receive, and the cost of goods is your profit. Now, and when that is in balance, there is a sustainable business transaction. So if we're going back to our famous examples, you always know that these North Star metrics are always focused on long-term thinking, delivering value, and really spoiling and seducing your customer with an excellent kind of service. So for example, if we're talking about daily active users in contrast with daily registered users, the daily active users can, for example, for a product department means that they need to put more entertainment on a social media platform, that they need to work on bringing more visuals to the platform. For a marketing department, it could mean that they really light up in their message that there's a lot of entertainment going on, right? So all of your departments have their own small little piece in achieving that North Star metric. Step 4. So let me walk you really through the 5 requirements that you can use to decide on your own North Star metric. You already know the key word is sustainability. The key word is revenue as well. The key word is driving value for your customers. Then if we go one layer deeper, you could actually see it like this. As you know, the customer lifetime value, your CLV, is all dependent on the products that you offer, the range of products that you have, and the frequency that people buy from you. So you can imagine the more people are buying from you or using your service, that will grow your customer lifetime value. Now, the better you spend time with your customers, the better you listen to them, and the more you fulfill their needs in order to solve their problem, aka delivering the value, will also reduce churn. Now, churn and customer lifetime value are 2 very important concepts. If your customer lifetime value is low and your churn is relatively low, then you are delivering an amazing product. Delivering amazing product is the equivalent to receiving revenue, and those revenues you'll use to sustain your company. Let's go through the 4 points. Point number 1, focus on user engagement and activity level. Again, this is your revenue. So your first point in order to decide on your North Star metric is focus on user engagement and activity level. The second point is focusing on the metric that should grow your business for the long run. The third point is focus on the metric that means your customer is appreciating and receiving value. And the fourth point is focus on a metric that every team member will understand. The goal of the one metric that matters the most, the North Star metric, is alignment, is clarity. All people are on the same page. Think about nothing else. Make this North Star metric truly yours and everybody understands it. So how do you implement that yourself today, right? I would like you to sit back and reflect what moves the needle forward in your business. Start exploring your North Star metric today. And it doesn't need to be perfect. Just having a really good idea what metric is really driving your business, looking for the metric that delivers value, looking for the metric that grows your business in terms of revenue, then you will find out that very quickly there is a metric that's popping up. For example, for us in the Startup Chef, what is our North Star metric? We could say email signups, but the email signups is not about delivering value. What could be a better metric? A metric could be engagement from our email signups. At least we see that there's more value. But we have decided that if people take on our introduction offer, which is an introduction to startup capital, that means literally that people have gone through our email cycle, they have engaged with us, and they put a small investment into our product in order to buy. So if all of our team efforts are focused on selling the introductional offer, we know if people engage with that automatically the rest comes by itself. Now, once you have decided on this North Star metric, then give this North Star metric to your HR department, your marketing, your product, all of the relevant departments that are in your organization, and ask them to identify the activities and their own metrics in their department that contribute to the one metric that matters the most. Thank you very much for watching, and I would love to see you in the next episode. Did you love our video? Awesome! Give it a big thumbs up, and if you really love what you're seeing, don't forget to subscribe or listen to our podcast where on a weekly basis I invite game changer CEOs that are moving and shaking in the world of today. See you next time.